historical play.
What?
What did he say? Did he say one? We on?
Good evening, and welcome to Curtain Call, our podcast all about theater. We're so glad to have you join us today. Me and my host, Diane Mathis, are here today, and we're so excited because it's almost theater season. For all who don't know about theater, come September, it's theater season. Theater season runs from September usually through May, sometimes into June. And as of right now, all the theater companies are cranking up, holding auditions, getting out there publicity, and letting the community know that theater is about to start up for the 2025-2026 theater season. And I know that there's so many things coming up in the city of Detroit, like the Detroit Repertory Theater is about to start its 69th theater. Detroit Public Theater is starting up. They've got something going on this weekend with seniors. Birmingham Village Players are starting up. Stage Crafters. And this theater, the Flint Repertory Theater, everywhere starting in September, starting soon. Theater will be coming to life again in Detroit. And we're really excited about that. As we look forward to this upcoming season and the type of shows and things that we're going to bring to you throughout this upcoming season. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about our excitement about theater. We're going to talk a little bit about what we hope to see theater become in the city of Detroit, the direction that theater is going, and what we would like to see happening in the realm of theater in Detroit. One of the things that most excites us is that theater is finally really getting back to rolling around with the type of regularity that it had prior to the COVID shutdown. And we really had some good things going on in the past couple of years. Our interest, however, is broadening that audience, broadening the scope and the type of people who are going out to see theater here in the city of Detroit, and of course across the country and around the world. But our focus right now for this show and for coming up season is mostly going to be about Detroit. We want to bring in some actors and writers and producers you haven't seen, you haven't heard of. We want to tap into the young people, the youth. Of course, we've already had Mosaic Youth Theater on, and a couple of young people. We want to get some more young people in here. We want to talk to those up and coming people in theater. We want to get theater going where it begins in the community with young people, where it begins in the churches with the church programs and blossoms into Detroit is so rich with talent, actors, singers, dancers, and theater is a big part of that, and we just want to be a part of promoting that and growing that in the city. You see us, Diane, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Mr.
Great, it's so
Douglas.
good to have
I'm
you.
excited to be here because what you just said with the youth programs,
Mm-hmm.
there are so many youth programs that's going on in the city of Detroit that a lot of people don't know anything about.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Team Hype. That's one of the groups that I have had participation with. I was a
Mm-hmm.
vocal coach for them a couple of years back. My cousin is
Mm-hmm.
now the director of the program, Cherry Sparks,
Okay.
which is a beautiful actress, and
Mm-hmm.
she's amazing. Now she's directing the programs, and that program, Teen Hype, one of the best programs that I've seen because they deal with the current issues that kids are dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
They were dealing with things long before it even became an issue about bullying and things like that, or
Mm-hmm.
just coming from broken homes, and they're writing their own scripts and talking
Mm-hmm.
about how they're impacted, how their school is impacted by broken homes. And so these are stories that the kids are writing about themselves and the issues that they're facing. And that to me is a wonderful thing, because the kids don't really sometimes don't understand the importance of theater, because that's an avenue for them to express what they're dealing with.
Right.
And I saw that at John R. King, because I was doing classes over at John R. King myself. And I asked the kids to write down some of the things that they were experiencing, and they didn't really know how to express it. And I'm saying, just think about what you're dealing with. Broken homes, or the father's not there, or you don't know who your dad is. And it became very emotional for them, because they never addressed that. But when you start writing and experiencing, portraying what you actually are living through, this is theater, because it's reality. Theater is just reality of life. That's very important to me, dealing with the kids, dealing with them.
Yeah, it's a reflection of life. Theater is a reflection of what we go through every day in life. I'm glad you mentioned Teen Hype. I am familiar with Team Hype. I know they operate on the east side, right? Out of
Yes.
I forget the name.
It's a building over off of Jefferson. They were in a different facility, but now where they are, they really have a good house where they are now.
Okay.
And I don't remember Henri's last name, but he originally was the director of the theater. But he's been so busy doing movies and things that he has kind of stepped back, and now Cherry's been with them for over 25 years.
Oh.
As helping with the scripts and talking to the kids and showing them placement on stage. But now she's actually in charge of the program, which I'm very excited for her, because I know how diligently she has worked with those kids throughout the years. So, yeah, it's a great program.
Well, we are planning to have Cherry on within the next few weeks, when she could come on and talk about Team Hype. What we'd like for you people who are watching us today, if you know of a youth theater group, young people who are interested in theater and looking for avenues to explore theater and to grow theater and to learn about theater, contact us here at WJZZ Cool TV. I'm going to pull up the number and give it to you shortly, but contact us here at WJZZ Cool TV so that we can know and provide you with information, and you can provide us with information about theater as well. We really want to promote it, and there's no better way and no better place to start than to with young people.
Absolutely, because they're open to things. They're open to experience different things, like you see on TikTok. These kids are doing all these kind of things on TikTok.
Right.
But actually what they're doing is theater.
Right.
That's what they're doing. I mean, they're making their own videos. They're creating their own songs. A lot of kids have got discovered on TikTok. And they don't really realize that what they have been doing is creating theatrical productions. Right there in their living room.
Right.
So everything relates to what you're experiencing.
Yeah, there's so many resources and sources, media sources now, that we can take theater from the stage and just put it on the page.
That's right. That's it.
On the Facebook page,
That's right.
on the Instagram page.
That's right.
Right. On the YouTube page.
Absolutely.
So if you know of young people out there who are interested in theater and want to learn how to act, learn all the basic fundamentals of theater, and we're going to talk a little bit about that too as well today. The basic fundamentals of theater, because a lot of people just don't know what goes into doing theater.
Absolutely.
You can call us if you got questions. Our number is 313-427-2032. That's 313-427-2032. WJZZ Cool TV Live. If you want to call in and ask questions, please feel free to do so. Again, we are exploring all aspects of theater on Curtain Call, and again, we're so excited about the upcoming season and the things that are going on, and we want to get our youth involved. We want to be able to provide resources to get our young people out to see theater. There is a certain stereotype to theater, I think, that people have had, that's a misnomer.
Yes.
You know, theater is not for the elite.
Right.
Theater is not for the just the upper class.
Right. It is not.
Theater is, and theater has always been a medium for the community, for the people. I mean, if you go back to the times of Shakespeare, if you go all the way back to Greek theater, the time of Euripides and Sophocles,
Right.
and those type of playwrights, Aristophanes, and Greek theater, Roman theater, it was always about the community.
It was.
It was
Family.
always the people in the community. It was for entertainment for not the upper class, not for the kings and queens and the elites and nobles, but for the people.
Absolutely.
And it still is, and it shouldn't be looked at as something just for those who consider themselves culture. Culture is the society itself.
That's it.
And we want to expose our children, our seniors, all of our people to live theater, because it is so entertaining.
Yes, it is.
It is so such a wonderful date.
It is.
It's a great date.
It
Theater is a
is.
great date. So it's an opportunity to just get out. To see the plays at Planet Ant and The Matrix and
Absolutely.
the theater company out in Novi. I mean, there's theaters everywhere.
It is.
And so we just want to expose our community, our young people, and our seniors. We would like to be
Absolutely.
able to put together programs and resources to take not only
Groups.
kids,
Yes,
children's
groups of
groups,
seniors.
as well as groups of seniors
Absolutely.
out to see plays. I know the Rep has a lot of seniors that attend there, but there are other programs all across the city.
You know what, Mr. Doug? It's ironic that you should say that, because a lot of times when I've gone to different plays, even as a child, when I was very blessed to be able to go to New York every summer. My take me there every summer, and I saw original productions like The King and I with Yul Brynner. I was blown away. I was just blown away. As a kid, when I saw these things, I was like, wow, this is so awesome. The costuming, the lighting, the songs that they were singing, the dances. I was thrilled with seeing stuff like this. So I don't understand how people think that, that's boring. It's not. When you go to a theater, I saw Madame Butterfly. That was the most beautiful production I've ever seen. Also, I saw Porgy and Bess. I mean, those kind of theaters just kind of gets inside of you, because you see a whole, even if it's operatic and didn't understand what they were saying, it was just the theater atmosphere. People were looking through their binoculars, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, wow, this is so exciting. So kids need to have that experience, and seniors, if they have not been able to get out and go and see some plays, it's a thrill for them too. Because I've watched people in the audience, seniors in the audience, and their faces are just so and involved in what's going on. They don't say nothing, don't speak, just let me stay focused in what I'm seeing, and that's an amazing experience for a person.
It
to
is.
have.
What it is exposure.
Yes.
If once you've been exposed, then you grow,
That's it.
and as you grow, you know. And so what we want to do, we want to spread that knowledge. We want to spread that growth. We want to expose our young people, and once they've been exposed, there will be an appreciation for it.
Absolutely.
And that's what we need. Now, we've often talked about some of the plays from the Chitlin circuit
Yes.
on this show, and that is a form of theater, a genre of theater that is rooted in minstrelsy,
Yes.
rooted in vaudeville,
Yes.
and physical comedy and humor. So and I give it credit for broadening the audience.
Right.
I give it credit for that, for bringing people into the theater, and actually even taking them to another level, allowing playwrights like me to to pull off of their audience
Right, right.
for my audience. So uh, we just want to broaden that
Mhm.
even more so.
Mhm. Mhm.
As a writer, I want to continuously grow and watch young people. My greatest joy as a writer and a director
Mhm.
is when I finish directing a play
Mhm.
and I turn it over to the stage
Mhm.
manager, the
Mhm.
assistant director,
Mhm. Mhm.
to run the show. And then I go do my lights,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I sit back there at the light board and I'm watching the show. But more than that, I'm watching the audience,
That's it.
and I'm
That's it.
watching the audience as they react and listen and take in what they're seeing on the stage,
Absolutely.
and that's what brings me joy. And I've seen people laugh, I've seen people talk back to the stage, I've seen people cry,
Me too. I've seen that. I've heard that.
and I've heard the conversations at intermission
Yes.
and conversations after the show,
Right.
um, and that so uh, people enjoy theater.
They do.
They just need to know that it's there,
Mhm. Mhm.
and we need to be about the business of constantly reinforcing that it's
Mhm.
there. You
Mhm.
are watching Curtain Call on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest TV station in the world, streaming to you live on YouTube every Monday at 5 o'clock, bringing you everything from the page to the stage about theater, bringing you the actors and the writers and the producers and the stage managers and the costumists and everybody, the composers who write the songs. We want to expose them all to you, and we want you to to join us in promoting and growing theater. So again, you're watching Curtain Call on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest TV station in the world. And what you have here now are two seasoned
You're right.
two
You're right.
seasons citizens,
Yep.
patrons
Mhm.
of the arts of
Mhm.
theater who love it. Above all things, we just love theater, and we were just excited about being able to sit here and talk to you about theater and bring you theater as we know it in the city of Detroit. So you've seen us bring some seasoned veterans on as well.
Absolutely.
To you, and again, you can call us and tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to see.
Mhm.
Tell us who you want to see.
Mhm.
Again, that number is 313-427-2032. That's 313-427-2032. Call in the curtain call and ask us whatever you want to know about theater. Um, how why are we so excited? As Diana said, she's been exposed. Um, I was exposed coming from where I come from.
Where are you coming from, Mr. W?
I
I
am.
would like to know. I mean, I know sort of kind of your history,
Hmm.
but I think the audience would like to know, how did you get started? What was the thing that kicked you into gear to say, I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to be an actor? What started you with this?
Oh, well, there were a number of different um, events, things that happened. I got started like everybody else in the Sunday school, church plays, and
Yes.
the church programs, the
Mhm.
Easter programs,
Mhm. Mhm.
the Christmas programs,
Absolutely.
reciting Bible verses.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, as a little fella, I've always had a deep voice.
Mhm.
So when people would hear my voice as a child, it was bigger than everybody other
Mhm.
kids' voice.
Absolutely.
And so I would memorize. My grandmother would have me in tea party productions and all of that sort of thing. Um, and so that's basically, I had a good memory and a
Mhm.
strong voice,
Mhm.
and so I stood out in those programs because I could remember what I was saying real well, the way it was, and had a way of delivering it that was that people noticed me,
Mhm.
um, and in high school, junior high school, and high school, I was in the choir. I didn't participate. Well, I take that back. I didn't do the plays, but because I was in the choir, I did. We did 2 musicals in high school. The first musical that we did that I participated in was Calamity Jane, the Western musical about Calamity Jane. And then the next year we did, my senior year, we did Carousel.
Oh,
And I
love
played the
that
role of
play.
Enoch Snow Jr. Only had a couple of lines in that. And then when I went to college, by happenstance, I ended up in speech and drama. It wasn't. I went in. I didn't know what I wanted to major in,
I understand.
and I just, by chance, switched groups when they were taking us to our different majors. I got out of one group into another group, and that group was going to speech and drama,
Okay.
and that was it. And I immediately knew that that's where I was supposed to be
I understand.
in speech and drama, and I did a play that very first quarter. We were on the quarter system at that time, and the play I did was Catch Me If You Can. I was in Catch Me If You Can. I had 2 lines. 2
Okay.
lines. There he is. He's the one. And
That was it.
that was it. And I was so excited. Like we've said a couple of times with the different people on the program, you go in, you learn. I learned all the lines. I knew the whole play.
I understand.
I knew the whole play. And one night, when I got so excited, one night the lead guy wasn't there on time. We always started at 8:15. Our curtain time was 8:15 on the dot. We never did late. We didn't do late.
No, you don't do late.
And we were trained not to do late.
That's right.
And about 7:30 or so, he wasn't there, and everybody's already there, putting on makeup, getting dressed, and they said, "Well, he's not here," and so, and
It's on you.
Robert knows the lines. He knows the lines. I said, "I do," and so okay, they started getting me ready to go on stage in the lead role, and I was kind of nervous, but I knew it, and I knew that I knew it, and so at 8:15. Well, 8:14. Put it like this: it was 8:14. I'm standing in the wings, waiting on the curtain to go up and the lights to come up. And just at 8:15, he came through that side door and walked right onto the stage and started doing his part. And I was kind of relieved, but I was disappointed.
I know you were.
And so, but that was just the experience that we had. My first theater experience. With Catch Me If You Can. I thought I was going to get the chance to do a lead my very first semester. But he walked in right at curtain time.
But see, the fact that you were prepared
I
to
was
be
prepared.
able to
I was
do
prepared,
that,
yeah.
I'm sure they felt that if you had the opportunity, you would have really just knocked it out of the park. But sometimes it's not your turn. It's not your time. But after that, I'm sure when it was your time, you were on.
And one of the things that that was my major.
Okay.
I was a theater major, so I know all the basic fundamentals. I learned about the lights.
Right.
I learned about colors and what colors, all of the different primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. I learned how to build sets. I learned the whole thing. I learned everything there was to be learned about theater, and I was taught by some of the best. The professor, the dean of the department over the program was Dr. Thomas E. Pogue. Well, he was the first black PhD in America in drama. He was the first black man to have a PhD in drama in the United States.
That's amazing.
And our technical director, W. Dury Cox, was well-renowned technical director and technical person in theater throughout the academic world, particularly among the HBCUs. So it was a rich, rewarding experience. And not only did we do plays like we did, like I said, Catch Me If You Can. Uh, uh, we did Medea, the Greek tragedy. We did Antigone, the Greek tragedy. So I was in all of those plays, and over within my first 2 years of school, and over time I did Witch Boy John in Dark of the Moon. My first role with some substance. Well, Witch Boy John was my first lead. My first role, strong supporting role, was as Vernon Justin in Earth and Stars, which was written by a black writer who was over the theater program at Florida A&M. Shep Edmondson was his name. So that was theater was a part of my education. I was educated in theater, and exposed to it, and in high school, and just kind of grew into it. And there was a lot of theater going on in Nashville. I had an opportunity to do theater outside of just the school, with a semi-professional company in Nashville called Theater Nashville, and we did a play called The Last Meeting of the Knights of the White Magnolias.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, that was about a social club that was like the Ku Klux Klan, and I was the old black janitor, and they had me made up as young as I was. The look, gray hair, and the lines, and I learned how to do makeup as well in school. And it was the interesting part about doing that role with Theater Nashville. It exposed me to working with white people, really,
absolutely.
and a different audience. And even though it was about a Ku Klux Klan type of group, the writing obviously made it obvious that the old black man was the smartest man in the room.
Absolutely.
And the wisest man in the room. So I enjoyed playing that role and doing that role.
And it's funny you should say that, Mr. Douglas, because recently, thinking about some of the things that I have done, you realize that theater mirrors life. And some of the things that you've experienced in theater, you learn things that you can use in your own practical life. Like you talk about stages, making stages. So if you need to do something carpentry wise at your home, you knew how to do that. And if you're working with somebody and they need lighting, you know how to do that.
Right.
So that's one thing I find that is very interesting and intriguing about theater, because you learn so many parts of theater that are relative to everyday life.
I tell you, I did speaking of Theater Nashville, I did King Lear,
Wow.
the Shakespearean tragedy.
Okay.
And speaking of learning things, I learned how to juggle. Not that I can do
Did you
anything with
really?
that, or that you can do anything in life with
Right,
that.
right.
But it's just interesting that the hand-eye coordination it takes to juggle.
Absolutely.
I learned how to juggle because the court jester, I forget the role, was a young guy, white guy who knew how to juggle, and he taught us, each one of us, how to juggle. And so I could juggle maybe 15, 20 seconds, maybe up to 30 seconds of just juggling. Not that I could do anything with that now, or even if I could do that now.
But the fact
I
that
did
you
learn
learned
how to do that
That's
doing
the
theater.
most interesting thing, though.
Yeah, and doing Shakespeare was interesting as well. So that was my early theater experience, and it kind of spread from there because. But I just, I wanted to be, you want to be an actor. I'm auditioning for plays. I did the lead role in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I played R.P. McMurphy in One
Really?
Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
Wow.
and that was a rich experience and a role that broadens just
Oh,
your acting
absolutely.
abilities, because you
Absolutely.
really gotta dig deep and bring a lot of energy
Mhm.
to that character that Jack Nicholson played
Yes.
in the movie.
That's the most
Uh,
memorable thing I've
yeah,
seen, honestly.
yeah. So theater was really, shaped my life early on, because I was doing movies.
Mhm.
I was
Mhm.
auditioning and didn't get any roles, main roles, but I was doing those extras like they do now in the
Mhm.
movies.
Mhm.
And that was a rich experience too, getting
Absolutely.
those type of roles. So I was just kind of performing,
Mhm. Mhm.
doing. I did a talk show.
Mhm. Mhm.
I got into. I was a dancer. Got joined. Was in a dance troupe, and also the dance troupe kind of evolved into a modeling company. So I had an opportunity to do some live modeling on stage. So it just theater was an out. All of that was an outgrowth of my
That's why
theater
I
experience.
think kids need to really think about acting, because it encompasses so many other things
Mm-hmm.
to enhance your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just for the entertainment purposes. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it is wonderful for that, but it is also helpful in learning different skills, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can come into an acting company and see how they're building stage and decide, oh, that's something I might want to do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always an avenue to empower your life in different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Acting has always been something that like I was a kid, I used to stand in the mirror and talk to
Mm-hmm.
myself and make up little stories. And I even did things for school, because I remember I went to Thurko Elementary School,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a program where we had to come up with something for the safety week. And I came up with an idea, because I used to do puppetry. This was
Mm-hmm.
something I just did for the kids in the neighborhood. I just enjoyed doing stuff like that. I had my little
Mm-hmm.
sock puppets, and I made little heads, and I had a clown, and I they gave me a thing that said, well, we're going to give out $50 if somebody comes up with something great for the week of safety. So
Mm-hmm.
I came up with the spirit of safety, which was my little clown head, and would fly over and
Mm-hmm.
walk the kids across the street and tell them to look both ways, and no, don't keep your head down, keep your head up and look. And
Mm-hmm.
I won the $50. I didn't have any idea that I would win, but I guess my creativity
Mm-hmm.
opened the door for me to start doing other things in the
Mm-hmm.
school. And I did the play HMS Pinafore when I was in the fourth grade.
Okay.
It was an actual professional company that came to the school, but
Mm-hmm.
the teachers had students that they wanted to be a part of the show, and I became a part of the HMS Pinafore. That was
Okay.
mind blowing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did other little things at school, and that were always involved in something going on at the school. So
Mm-hmm.
that awakened that spirit of me wanting to be on stage, because
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I could sing. I
Mm-hmm.
knew that, but pretending was so good for me, because
Mm-hmm.
actually I had to pretend a lot, because I had tragedy in my life growing up. So
Mm-hmm.
I started acting, talking to myself to get me through some of the situations that I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that my teacher at Thurko Elementary, Ms. Zodi Johnson, told me. Start writing what you feel. Start writing out everything that you're experiencing, because this is a
Mm-hmm.
way, this is cathartic, and it'll help you get through what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I became a writer.
Okay. You are
So,
watching WJZZ Cool TV. Curtain Call on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest TV station in the world. Streaming to you live on not on Facebook, on YouTube. Um, every Monday at 5 p.m. We're bringing you the stories about the people who bring you the stories on the stage. Curtain Call on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest TV station in the world. And as you can see, as we sit here and reminisce and relate about theater, how excited we are, and what it's meant for us in our lives. Diane's talking about her creativity. If there's one thing that brings out the creativity in you, it is performing.
mhm.
Uh, and just to say that if you're performing in a band, if you're performing in a singing group, you feel that sense of creativity once you hit the stage, once you get the feedback from the audience, um, and creativity is a gift from God.
It is.
I like to say it's a gift from God once removed, uh, because God is the ultimate creator.
Absolutely.
And so, if you feel that you're creative, there's no better avenue to express that creativity than through theater. Um, I never imagined I'd be a writer, uh, or even a director for that matter. I had to direct in order to graduate. I had to
Yeah.
direct a play for my senior project,
Okay.
which I directed. What was the name of that play? Oh, I forget the name of it. It was by Ted Shines. Contribution by Ted Shines. And I thought I did a pretty good job. You got to do the whole layout with the script and there's so many technical things that you have to learn in terms of how to break down the script, how to write in the directions, how to the margins, and it's really extensive, and so I got that experience because I had to graduate, but then the opportunity to use that to make a little money
Yeah.
came about. Me and my couple of my buddies were hustling on our popularity in Nashville, and we started doing different things, throwing parties and programs and fashion shows and plays. We started doing theater in the nightclub, and I
Okay,
direct.
explain that.
Well, there were a couple of popular black nightclubs in Nashville
Okay.
that were owned by the same guys, and
Okay.
we were friends with them. And so we decided we would do theater in a nightclub. So on a Saturday night, a Friday and Saturday night, when the clubs were about to jump off, we negotiated with the guys how to have bring in our own audience, get their audience, get the money off of their audience, and I directed one act plays at one of the clubs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was this an original thing that you produced?
No, I was some of the one I played, like the one I did in Contribution
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
Day of Absence and stuff like that.
Okay.
That were already existed, one acts, and people enjoyed them.
Of course. I'm sure they did.
So we made a little money off of it. What led me into writing was after I moved here to work at Oakland University, and I was working with the young people. There were some talented young people at Oakland University when I moved here. And I ended up having to write a play because they didn't want me to do the talent show, because I wouldn't let everybody in the talent show. And I had these themes in my head, and so what I did is I wrote the themes out into plays, and one act plays, and then I put them all together. And I had a couple of students there who were musicians who could write music, and they wrote the music for it, all original music. Had some young students there who could choreograph. They did the choreography, and the name of the play was This Generation, and it dealt with the lives of the young people who were in school at that time, their birth years, 1960 through 64.
Okay.
And that was the generation that was in school when I started working at Oakland in 1980. And so I wrote that and worked with some young people, and it worked. It clicked. It was an epiphany, because I didn't consider myself a writer, although I had written something that had gotten some recognition in Nashville before I moved here. But I wrote that, and I'm watching the performance. In particular, there was this one dance to an original song that was written by Christopher Knight, and it had a violinist in it who did played the violin, and that was a young girl who did a solo or to that violin solo in the song, and it was like, this is it. This is the moment. We can do this.
Oh,
And so, and the interesting thing about it was, some of the young people in that show, the violinist was now world-renowned world-renowned violinist Regina Carter.
I know Regina Carter.
And the again, like I said, Crystal Knight wrote the music. Byron Cage, the world-renowned gospel singer.
He was a part of
He
that?
was in that show.
Oh, my
He sang
goodness.
Marvin Gaye's "Ain't That Peculiar."
No kidding.
Yeah, and Adam Jackson, A.J. Jackson was in that. He's a very accomplished singer out in California now.
I heard of him.
And so that's the kind of talent. Roxanne Jordan, who's a local singer, who's
I love Roxanne Jordan. I know exactly who you're talking about.
yeah, all those
Great
people.
vocalist.
Yeah. They were all in that show.
No kidding.
Yeah, and over the years, just a number of young people, and so the next year, Christopher Knight brought a song to me called "Family Love," and he said he dedicated that song to his family. He thought it'd make a good play. So I took the song, I listened to the song, and I wrote the play "Family Love" from that song, and "Family Love" kind of took off. It took off, and it's still, going strong. You were in Family Love.
Yes, I was.
So I wrote that play in '82.
Love that play.
And that play kind of took off, and was out there, and we toured with it a little. Went to a couple of places. We took it on the road a couple of times, and it just kept coming back. It just kept coming back, and it has produced some young talent that has gone on to do good things in theater. George Middlebrook.
Yes,
And the interesting thing about that is the role that George played was Omar. Omar was this guy his parents had money, and he was trying to date Mickey, the daughter, and Omar was dark. He was we can go up to the lake and my parents' cabin, and we can and I can just do this for you, and I can do that for you. But he was dark.
Yes, he
and well, you know how he came back as a doctor. But people who played that role, George Middlebrook, who is now in doing the Tyler Perry show that's coming.
What is it?
Black in Beauty, something like that.
Yeah.
Rick Titsworth, who went on to moved out to Hollywood and had his own show for a while, and took on the performing name of Rick Worthy.
Okay.
Hugh Donahue did that. Hugh was a very popular actor in the city of Detroit now. Does commercials and all that sort of thing. Roosevelt.
Yes.
Roosevelt did
Absolutely.
Omar. So Family Love opened up a lot of doors, not just for me, but for a lot of people. And when I did it at the music hall, and the promoters brought in Roger E. Mosley to play the grandpa. I had always played the grandpa. That was the first time I'd never played the grandpa. But that was okay with me. They brought in Roger E. Mosley.
Right.
And they brought in Vanessa Bell Armstrong. And Allison Williams and the great Tony Grant now, who's the lead singer of the Temptations. And Sherelle. All of those people, they brought in all these people. Interestingly enough, they wanted to change that show, and they wanted to make me to make the grandfather a buffoon, and they wanted to go with the heavy jokes, and we didn't want to do that, so we didn't do that. And they wanted they tried to move me out as a director and bring in Lauren Hopper. I'd never met Lauren Hopper, but I'd heard about it because they wanted to replace me with Lauren Hopper, so he could jazz up the show the way they wanted it jazzed up. Fortunately, the producer didn't want that,
Okay.
and so we didn't change up the show. And the show has always been a hit.
Absolutely.
So
That was one of my most memorable experiences. I loved that play. I enjoyed it because of the dynamics and the family structure. It was just awesome. It really was. And you could do it now and it would still be relative to family situations. Because the family is the crux of life, right? I mean, we have to hold on to the family values. If we don't, the families are going to fall apart. And right now, where we are with this government situation, economics is going on, family has to stay together. And family love that's a powerful message itself. Just the word family love. Love and family go together.
Right, right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So even if you decided to bring it back, it would be still just as powerful as it was when you did it.
You're watching Curtain Call on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest TV station in the world. Streaming to you live at 5 on Mondays on YouTube. Every Monday, so tune in. Tell your friends about us. Give us a thumbs up. Give us comments. Give us a call. Let us know what you're thinking. We're all about theater here. And again, the theater season is about to begin. So you're watching Curtain Call on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest TV station in the world. And so here's the point. The point is theater is alive and well, and you need to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
You can see our excitement. You've heard our experiences, our stories, and the people we know and that we bring in every week. You can be a part of that. You can be a part of it. Your children can be a part of that. Your family, your friends. You can grow in theater. We want to grow theater in Detroit. We want to provide resources for young people. We want to provide opportunities and entertainment for our seasoned senior citizens to go out and enjoy theater. We want to see theater move in a direction that's positive. And as Diane said about the situation we're in now, this country is under threat, and by a dictator trying to establish authoritarian rule. And one of the first things that they attack, that all authoritarians, that all dictators attack, is not just the educational system, the academics, but they attack the arts and the culture, because those are signs of a democratic society. Those are the values of a democratic society. When you attack the arts, you're attacking theater, you're attacking music. You don't take the Kennedy Center, known for concerts and theater and opera and those sort of things, as well as the Kennedy Center Awards, and turn it into political theater for your conservative authoritarian views.
No.
So in order to fight that fight against authoritarianism, theater needs to be strong.
Yes, it does.
And with his assault on culture and on academics and education, he is also assaulting black people. And he's attacking us through his racism. And the one way to stand up to racism is for us to come out strong.
Absolutely.
And theater is a part of our culture. It is a part of our expression of who we are, our history, our present, and our future.
Absolutely.
So we want to make theater something that will always be promoted, to promote us as a culture and as a race, and to promote our cities, to promote our children, and to tell our stories. And so if you're watching Curtain Call, that's what we're about. And we hope that watching us today and our excitement about the upcoming theater season, our history, our vision for the future with our young people, our excitement about how it grows creativity and how it grows people as into productive citizens. We want you to tune in. We want to hear from you, and we are glad that you are watching us. And so tune in next week for Curtain Call on WJZZ Cool TV. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Diane, for this
Thank
lively
you.
discussion that we've had today.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next week.